basically, we did Biennale in Venice.
Yeah.
And we chose as one of the major exhibitions an exhibition called Elements of Architecture. And people were in a way horrified, in part, that we would look at such simple things as doors, floors, windows. And we looked at each of these elements both in different cultures, but also through time. And kind of basically, when we were systematic about that, we realized that in many of those elements, digital culture and digital devices had kind of really infiltrated those elements or had merged with those elements.
Yeah.
And that therefore many of the elements of architecture changed their nature in a pretty drastic way, and were becoming either interactive or were constantly monitoring users or inhabitants.
But you have said this was a potentially sinister dimension to smart technology.
Well, yes, personally,
See, if you're right, your words come back.
Personally, I think it's, you know, as a writer, you use rhetoric, and sometimes it's a bit heavy to be confronted with your own rhetoric.
Yes.
So I would, let's say, maybe lower the alert.
I mean, realize that I understand all the dimensions of somehow people's medical information ought to be private, you know, and other people shouldn't have access to it, you know, and because it violates their, you know, right of privacy. I also believe so strongly, though, that we now have sensors and devices that can alert us to our health.
Yeah.
That's really significant, and that would be much healthier if we had a greater sense of how our body was functioning.
You're obviously totally right, and in that sense, I'm also kind of difficult position. So it's definitely not that we want to warn against these technologies per se, but that we want to alert the kind of world that if you add all of them kind of together, there is perhaps an overdose of or an element of surveillance.
Yes.
And it's like sitting in a car and basically if you want to drive without a safety belt, the car in a way sabotages that intention. And so in that sense, yes, it is a smart thing, and yes, it is a good thing, and yes, you're warned against a potential danger. But on the other hand, maybe you want to run that potential danger.
But I mean, it's also the fact that in a digital world, it's almost like nothing is secret.
Nothing is sacred, and I think we need to really be aware of what we are giving away.
I agree.